Bump, Bashers. Hey, Bashers. It is. That's a little low, huh? Oh, let me crank up. Let me crank it up. It's 5:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in New York City. How are you, Bashers? Great to be here for Speedy Tuesday. But I guess we're going to be talking about Planet Ocean more than we're going to be talking about Speedmasters, right? Big announcement from Omega today. Some the revamp, the giant revamp of the Planet Ocean line. No helium escape valve. Holy crap! They actually went and did it. I didn't think they were ever going to do that. I didn't think so ever. They did it. But more importantly, it's about you. Panel Power coming back for you. Buonasera to you, my friend. Panel Power in there at number one, closely followed by the King of the Hill, still the undisputed champ, Dave Fahrenheit 451, upvoted. Thanks so much. Upvote if you can for the show. You have no idea what it means to me, to you, to the channel. I know I haven't done the shorts thing, and like the shorts, like, man, what is up with shorts, man? I put up a short and it gets like 2,000 views almost, and I'm just like, hey, I'm not making it tonight. You know, I'm going up to see Marisol up in the Bronx and shit. We're gonna go there, maybe get a couple of 40s. You know what I mean, shorty? Dave Fahrenheit 451 and the purple one, big hearts. Out to the beautiful Melly C. Come on, there you go. The purplest one in the world. It's Melly C. More purple than Prince. More purple than Prince. It's the incomparable. And of course, for all the ladies of the bash, you know how much we love you. You know who you are. There's like 6 of you. We celebrate them as much as we can. So let's start talking about watches. I feel very strongly that I'm surrounded by other realities, says Renaissance. Me too. Me too. Isn't life a series of images that change as they repeat themselves? That's for sure. Well, it's not just pictures, it's movies, it's music. Everything is just, there's only so much you can make, only so much you can do. The only thing you can do is take that frame, take those notes. They're limited, and you just have to figure out a way to be creative. I think we're in a phase right now with a lot of people are using AI to assist their, I think it's teething pains. I don't think it's going to last. Sure, maybe there's a country number one single that's AI, but fuck that. I mean, how much, when a cowboy's singing about he's on the lonesome trail or whatever the hell he's talking about. Sorry, Jim. If it's coming out of a computer, I mean, it's meaningless, isn't it? It's just some computer randomly spitting out crap at you. I say more humans. I was ashamed of myself when I realized life was a costume party and I attended with my real face. Well, life is a cabaret, my friend, old chum. It is. And listen, just make sure yours is just the best face forward. That's all I can say. I stared at my reflection in the glossed shop windows as if to make sure moment by moment that I continued to exist. That's poignant, man. That's really poignant. So I'll share a little something that happened yesterday. Yesterday evening, late afternoon, we went out to Long Island to go celebrate the life of my cousin Robert, who was just amazing. And not only was he my cousin, he was a friend, and his brother Ryan, they were my friends when I was a kid. Their parents were my godparents, and Robert and Ryan were just like my soulmates, and as time goes on, people's lives change and distance happens, but we're always a phone call or a text away, and not enough. And the last 10 years of my cousin's life were not easy for him. He suffered from some medical issues and possibly depression and things like that. And I would get these random phone calls or text messages from him. And it was always about music because he loved music. He absolutely loved music. And he was just such a super fan. And he listened to the music. He listened to the lyrics. He cared about how they were made. he was a curator in his own mind with the way he assembled the music that he liked, and he was very opinionated. And I love that. I love when people are opinionated about music. Not critical per se. He would just explain what it was he liked or didn't like about certain things, or the way certain people led their careers, or sellouts, things like that. And so we went out there yesterday, and holy bucket of Kennedys, man. I saw cousins that I haven't seen in ages. And now listen, when somebody passes away that young, and he was just 62, or he was just about to be 62, right? It's like when an older person dies, whoever's left shows up, and maybe their family and things like that. But this was a guy in the prime of his life, and he has a beautiful son, Troy, and turned into a terrific man. And it's a testament to him and to the entire family, his immediate family, because they were so tight. And their sister Sheila, my cousin, she was an incredible force when we were kids too, and they were very, very close. And I got to see people I haven't seen in so long. Some of them I didn't even recognize. There was weight loss, there was age, there was new hairdos, new hair colors, and I'm like, oh my God, is that? Oh my God, is that? Because when you have such a big family, we're Irish. Well, they're half German, but I don't know if they're half German. They have a German last name, but it was sobering. As Irish wakes and funerals are generally a little bit more on the joyous side than a lot of other ethno groups, because we look at the bright side. We look at the things that made that person tick. There was no drinking. Too bad. That would have been nice. But it was great to see everybody there, and my cousin Rob. And I'll show you a picture of my cousin Rob. Let me share it with the whole gang. And this is Robert and Ryan. Robert's on the left, and Ryan's. I didn't realize that Ryan. I know Ryan watches the show, because he said, "Nice for you to come on your day off." That's what he said yesterday. I didn't realize you were that much taller than Rob. I always thought of Rob as such a big man. He was burly, and he was so handsome, and probably the most handsome member of my family, I would say. Sorry, Ryan, you're a close second, but I would say Rob was the most handsome. And this is them. They came to every show I practically ever did in the New York area, because they were family, and I'm not going to say they were fans, but it was very sweet of them to always support me in just about anything I ever did. And I'm grateful for that. And this was 2018, my first live show in 27 years with my band Hitman, because we took a little break. And my joke was a funny thing happened on the way back from the last gig. We disappeared for 27 years, but they showed up. We were very, very nervous. I was very, very rusty. It wasn't a great show, I don't think. I'm glad people enjoyed it, but you're very self-critical when it comes to stuff, but that didn't matter. Everybody was there to support us, and I'm so great. I had times like that, and then we played Germany like 4 days later, or 5 days later. That was our big comeback. So we did a warm-up show in Queens at this place called Blackthorn. And it was tough. And it was all the original members of the band, except for our bass player, Michael, who had passed away in 2013. But that's Rob. And Rob was just an incredible soul, man. Look at that face. He had the most beautiful blue eyes you ever saw in your entire life. And teeth. Man, I'm so jealous of his teeth. The family shots, incredible stuff. Look at him. He was such a great looking dude. I'll never forget his spirit, his personality. He was just the most amazing guy. And I want to get to some Irish shots. I'll show you some fun stuff. I'm just scrolling through his Facebook page. Except this is very interesting. In case you're interested in any way, or if it's boring to you, you can change the channel. This particular house is the Kennedy birthplace, pretty much, for our clan. It's in Limerick, and it is a place that we've all been to many, many times. I believe it's an Airbnb now, and it's called High Street. But it's the Kennedy house, and we call it the Kennedy Mansion as a joke, but it's a really old-fashioned thatched cottage. But it's been redone by my dad's cousin, Harry, and it's a really great place. And I just found out that he had never been to Ireland until this trip, which was in 2019, which I cannot believe because, you know, I don't even remember America when I was a kid. I remember all my first memories are Irish. But then again, my dad had magic airline passes, so it was easy for us to get around. But this is Ryan, Sheila, and my cousin Rob. And yeah, and I think about that when the reason why I busted into this now, Julian, is because you look into a window and wonder if you still exist. And I know that Rob was fighting some stuff as he, you know, there was some isolation there. And I just really wished I picked up the phone a lot more often. I always picked up the phone if he called, but I wish I picked it up to dial him directly, you know, because he was just that special a guy. But anyway, I love you, Rob. You too, Ryan. I know you watch the show, which tickles me pink. You have no idea how much it does, you know. So yeah. Renaissance says, if you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? Revenge. That's so metal. Sent for the gallery, -3 cold in London. Really? Is it that cold? Wow, -3 in London. So that's cold. That's like 30 degrees, right? It's not so cold here now. It's like 40 something degrees. It's not so bad. But wow, thank you for that, Julian. We'll get that to the Gallery of Bastards. Never knew Kubrick did an animation version of the moon landings. Well, Ray. Apparently, Kubrick did a lot more than that. If you're a conspiracy theorist, or if you're one of those people that like to talk about. All I can say is watch a movie called Capricorn 1. It was the mid 70s. It was James Brolin, O.J. Simpson, and Elliot Gould, Mr. Streisand. And it was about these guys. And I think in the movie they were going to Mars, though, right? Because we went to the moon. Next stop, the Mars, right? That's any minute now, right? Well, that's the big point of contention for a lot of people is that, well, we got to the moon. We went there a couple times. Next stop, Mars, right? And almost 60 years later, no, that didn't happen. But it's at the last minute they say, "Hey, psst, guys, get in the truck," and they take them to a sound stage where they fake the landing. So apparently, listen, that's been going on for ages and ages and ages. That Stanley Kubrick filmed because of probably, well, actually, it would have been. Yeah, it would have been just post 2001: A Space Odyssey. I guess they figured he would catch the realism. But to be fair, I think enough people and astrophysicists and smarter people than perhaps you and I have analyzed that footage. And I used to kind of be on the we never got to the moon thing, but now I truly believe it. So I don't know. What do you believe? Andrew Ogwich is in with Canadian $5. Congratulations to Paddle Power. Be safe, be kind, and stay healthy, everyone. Upvote and subscribe and become a Patreon if you can. If you can. Hey, if you can't, who cares? Well, you don't have to. But it would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice? Andy M., good evening, kind sir. Wishing you and yours only good things, because you're the only good things guy. Only good things. So the refrigerator came today, and it went smoothly. There was no interference, which I was petrified of, you know, for a lot of reasons. Because like when you live in New York City and you rent an apartment, you're supposed to go through your landlords and stuff if you're replacing their equipment. But I wasn't, because we bought that old refrigerator like almost 20 years ago. So it wasn't theirs. It was ours to throw out. But we got a brand new fridge. It's nice. Looks weird. It's like brushed steel. The other one was black. Makes everything look weird. But thank God for that. I'm counting my blessings. That's all I can say. Dean says, new Omega Planet Ocean. What do you think, Dirk? I think a lot. But I'm going to get to everybody real quick, and then we'll go talk about it. Franco Fiore, grazie mille, signore. Please upvote. Franco Fiore is here. And Eric B. Great wrist shots, man. Renaissance. Act 3, Scene 1. amazing. Hey, it's Charles Thompson. Hello, Charles. Great to have you. And you upvoted. Please upvote if you can. You have no idea. It's great. And Mart sent me some cheer up Bronson pictures. And you know what they did? They cheered me up. So thank you so much. And the beautiful Hiteshi, our friend from BC, one of the most beautiful places on earth. Happy Tuesday, all. Please upvote if you can. Thank you, sir. And Daniel, Superstar Gutierrez is here. Hello, Bastards. Well, hello. Charles Johnson says, the man himself. Hey, Dirk. No, the man himself there. Oh, my God. Beautiful Sharon. Oh, my God. We love you. We love you, Sharon. The ladies of the Bash. We love them so much. How many Rolex did you guys pick up at your AD's? Market is crashing. Yeah, well, I don't know. The market is crashing. Yeah, I saw Oshin's parody video last night, and I thought it was pretty chuckly. Everybody's saying that the market is crashing, and you can go get them everywhere. Nah, you can't. But who knows? We'll see. I have a cold. Oh, honey. I'm obviously dying, as anyone's wife or mom will know that a man with a cold can be fatal, right? Because you need a woman or your gay husband to take care of you. That's what you need. Hello, Sharon, says Melly C. I love that. So cute. Thanks, Sharon, very much. It was, when I found out when I was on the flight home from Italy, because I always buy the Wi-Fi. My sister texted me, and I was asleep, and I just stared at the phone. Incredulous. I just couldn't. What? And they just, took their time and wanted to consolidate, make sure it was a time and a place where everybody could gather. It was very, very well thought out. So thanks. Thank you, my beautiful ones, my beautiful relatives. Dave Fitzsimons, Fitzsimons. Evening, lads and ladies of the Bash. Evening to you. Thanks, Charles, very, very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you're in saturation habitat that is decompressing too quickly and someone's helium valve pops due to their 3-bar internal overpressure, everyone prays their fillings hold out. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get the bends. I don't want any of that crap. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, and they will. Thank you very, very much. Thanks everybody. Hitchash, Melly C. Thank you. That's very kind of you all. But I just, I think of my cousin Ryan and my cousin Sheila, because it's just like they were like 3 musketeers that was just so close, and I mean, yeah, it's rough. It's really, really rough for them. I mean, for everybody else, from the distance that we have, we can try to process that kind of loss. It's like, I can't imagine losing one of my siblings. I just cannot imagine. I just can't fathom that. And just sounds impossible to me, but the Blarney Stone. Yeah, he was kissing the Blarney Stone. He got to do that. I don't think I've ever kissed the Blarney Stone. My dad has. I don't think I ever did it. I've been there, I don't know, a trillion times. I don't think I've ever done that. I think I always just kind of got a little skeeved out by, it's like going around kissing everyone. How many people have kissed that thing? I don't know. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. Hey, Rory. Hello, Rory. Welcome to the show. Hi, Rory. How are you? Mike and Doll, thank you very, very much. That's very, very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Robbinsburg. Ladies of the Bash. Big hearts to the ladies of the Bash. Thank you, Robbinsburg. Thank you so much. Cats in Space, your thumbnail. Yeah, that's my Wally Shard. Did you notice it's got alpha hands? It's this. I did my very best. You know what I saw today on Facebook? Hey, Nick Brooker. Good evening, all. We'll catch the replay later tonight. Have a good show and best wishes. Thanks, Mr. Brooker. You're number 28. Well, that's great. I'm never going to find it ever, ever, ever. Because whenever I want to find something that's been on Facebook, I can't ever find it. So if I go here, wait till you see what I saw on Facebook. And this guy was like, I don't know what this is. And I went, oh, shit. Oh, my God. Speedmaster Vintage Club. That's pretty much it. Is this it? Where's the one? This is it. Oh my God. Ready for this? You want to see this? This is amazing. Holy smokes-a-rooney. I saw this today. I was on Facebook. I have this Omega Speedmaster from the early 60s, I think. The problem is the watchmaker can't open it, and therefore recommend sending it to Switzerland. Minimum $1,260, but then there may be additional costs for repairs. Does anybody have an estimate of the value of this watch based on the photos and how much can it be? And then the whole World chimed in. A lot of people said the wrong answer, but here's the right one. It's a 63105.003, 100%. It is 100% a 3-2-1. Somebody said, I might have a 3-2-1 movement. It absolutely has that. However, the case back, let's see if is it going to go to another page? No, it did. It went right to where I wanted it to go. The other, see, that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. There were some CK2915-1s and 2s that didn't have the hippocampus on the back, but that is shady at best. The only thing I can think of is that there might be a very faded out, because if you look at it closely, I think there might be a hippocampus in there, but that is not what that version of that watch looked like. It is not at all. And then people are like, don't send it to Omega. I'm like, yeah, you can send it to Omega. Of course you can. You just tell them that don't replace anything that's aesthetic. Work on the movement, give it a service. Don't polish the anything. Don't polish anything whatsoever. He doesn't have a bracelet for it, but who cares? But the other thing is, and I said very important, is that he goes and I said right here, you just go make sure you try to get provenance for it by asking for an extract from the archives. But that's a beautiful, beautiful, super beautiful watch. Holy crap. Dean, I don't really do Facebook. I don't. Good for you. I had it because, for family and friends. And at one time it was kind of fun, right? Then it got really goofy and stupid. But what a pretty watch. And like, I think it's from the 60s. And like, yeah, it's an Ed White. Shit. It's like, did you find that? Oh man, beautiful watch. Anyway, Planet Oceans. Let's have a look. Let's look at the collection. Where do I have? I have a couple in introducing the fourth. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go to Omega's main website. And there they are. How about that? Discover the evolution 20 years after the first Planet Ocean was released. The fourth generation balances Seamaster heritage with contemporary design. That bracelet is, oh my God, beautiful. While featuring a flattering and slimmer 42mm size. Smart to do that. The very same as the 2005 original. Listen, 42 is a sweet spot for a lot of people, as is 40. Some people like 36, some people like the 38. I mean, like this is 39mm. It wears like a 40. I mean, my Milgauss is a 40 and it feels a lot bigger than this. But my others, my Speedmaster reduced is the exact same size. So I'm so used to wearing that profile. 42 is a great size for a lot of people. Look at that, Aaron Taylor Johnson. So listen, man, maybe he is Bond. I mean, we all know he signed with Omega. Omega. We know that. $9,200. That's what there he is. And, maybe he is. Now, look what they did to this thing. Look at that. There's a lot of 90-degree angles on this watch. Wow. It's very, very angular, very, very deep bezel knurling. Looks really, really cool. Thanks to flat sapphire crystal. Look at that. But it looks domed to me in that picture. It says, thanks to the flat sapphire crystal on the front. Doesn't it look domed to you? Now, that is a beauty. Now, what they did on this is on the rubber. Oh, that's a video. We're going to watch a video? Yeah, look at it. Okay, we'll watch a video. There it is on rubber. It looks great on rubber. That's, oof, man. Eesh, oof. Nice. It's very quick, though. Got lots of hot cuts. No helium escape valve. That's the first thing I noticed. I went, oh my God. Holy shit. Look at that thing. Wow. Okay, Super Luminova 2 or plus, whatever. What is it? What is Super Lumina? Super Lumina. Okay, regular super lever. Regular sleuth. That's fine. 7 silver swan slam silently seaward. That bracelet is watch porn. Really quite beautiful. And it comes in a variety of styles. And here's the orange version of that, which is kind of nice. Very, very, very nice. Yeah. It's got the diver's extension, of course. It's up to 600 meters at 2,000 feet. $8,900 on orange or black rubber and $92 on the bracelet. Personally, I think the black dial, blue bezel on the bracelet is the way to go. Absolutely unbelievable. You know, to lug, it's 47 millimeters, for I think 47 and a half. Rhodium plated indices. Very nice. Very nice for them to do that. Rhodium, rarer than a lot of things in the world. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. 21 in between the lugs. So 21. That's, you know, it's got a 8912 coaxial master chronometer, 60-hour power reserve, automatic bidirectional, 25.2 frequency, 38 joules. Metas, of course. You know, of course, it's got a silicone balance spring, free strung balance, coaxial escapement. Beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. I think they're great, man. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I think, though, this guy, oh, no. I don't know what it is about this guy. Not Glenn Powell, not a big fan. I don't know what it is about him. Just his mug, but look at that. That is a sexy ass bracelet, isn't it? Oh, man. I think it's quite beautiful. I think it's going to be a monster hit. But where's the most beautiful one? The blue one. That, well, no, I want to see it on the bracelet. Oh, can I pull it up? Let me go watches. Let's go Planet Ocean. And let's pull that up. That's it, right? Yeah. That's black. That's black. There's the blue one. I think that's the star of the show. What do you guys think? Yeah. Yeah, the bracelet might be a scratch magnet. They're all what bracelet? The only, you know what isn't a scratch magnet? The sub bracelet, the oyster sub bracelet. It's just brushed aluminum. That's like the only one, really. It's almost like a stealth fighter, Charles. Almost exactly. Look at that. That's what it looks like. It's got like a stealth. Andrew says it's sexy. I think it is too. Yeah, definitely. Grand Seiko meets Zenith Defy meets Seiko Shogun. Yeah. They may release the Omega Seamaster new version with the same sort of watch case. Well, if they used Rolex as a barometer when they went super casing the world, right? I still prefer the non-super case Rolexes. There's a little bit more elegance to them, but it's a tool watch at the end of the day. I mean, they're not luxury watches; they're tool watches. So, yeah, there was a reason for the super case, and I think it looks great. I think that's the one, though. I think the blue one is just really nice. I mean, orange is my favorite color, and it's funny how I haven't seen like, oh, here's the orange one. I mean, it's nice. I like it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. That's it on rubber. I like that. I like how they mimic the bracelet on the rubber. That's a really smart thing. I don't think anybody's ever done that before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll acquiesce to your critique. You know, but there's a lot of variations. Once again, Omega, too many versions. Too many versions. They should have given us 3. Really? So steel on steel, steel on rubber, blue face steel on rubber, orange steel on steel, orange steel on rubber, and or black you can get it the black strap, the orange one with the black strap, which is too Halloween for me, or you can get it completely in orange, which I think if you're going to do that, that's the way to go, right? If you're going to go orange, go full orange. I do have that orange strap for my Milgauss, and I just haven't put it on yet. This was courtesy of They Call Him Scotty Love. It's very, very nice. It's got the clamshell. I haven't put it on there yet, but I will. It's nice. This is a gift from Scotty Love, and it's cool, right? Wouldn't this look great on the Milgauss? I think it would. Pull it out. See what it would look like. Now look. Let me wrap it around. Look great on the Milgauss, right? That's not cool. I know. I don't do it myself because I don't fuck with nice watches. I don't, I just don't want to scratch them because I probably will. If anybody knows me, I'll scratch it. I still, tape is back on the first Omega in space because I just couldn't live down that one little scratch I got on the back. I couldn't live it down. Is there any pictures of the of the clasp because I really like the look of the clasp. It's got an Omega engraving on it. Let me see if I can find that. Let me sure. Maybe Hodinky had it because I did look at the Hodinky link. Let's see, Planet Ocean. Why don't they show the clasp? It looks great. Oh, it looks great. That okay, Omega. It's time to change the box. We've all seen that box too many times. And then, of course, here's the inspiration. Of course, it's inspired by that titanium alloys. Well, wait a second. What's with that? Grade 5. Oh, that's just other things. Why would they do that? It's beautiful. I don't know. I like it. What do you think? What do you think? Yay, nay, maybe say. What do you think? I mean, they've just listened. They're going strength to strength. Yeah. No more. Hey, no more helium valve. Looks nice, but would you buy it? Oh, well, I mean, it all depends, Tobe. If you're how invested you are in the brand. I know you're like a Rolexy guy, right? So, I would say probably no. Would I get one? I'm not so much. If I was ever to get a serious diver, I would just get a sub no date or the Submariner, as it's officially called. The other one's the sub date. I would just get a sub because I just think that that's the OG diver. I'm not, listen, Omega is my favorite brand. However, the reason is Speedmasters and Aquaterras. But yeah, nice. The new Omega Planet Ocean looks great, but they should have gone with a fully brushed steel bracelet. That might have been the smart move too, as I was just saying with the Submariner. Yeah, Omega's. Listen, this has, and I'll give you a close up on this. This is the opposite of the Milgauss. This has polished outer links. And it's gorgeous. I mean, it glistens, it sparkles, it's beautiful, it's all those things. But when you have a polished bracelet, you got to worry. You really got to worry about stuff, and I do. I'm very cautious about that stuff. Let's go back to the other one. I think that this is the best looking one of them all. Where's the one? I saw a picture of the clasp. Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's the guy that they say is going to be James Bond. They've said maybe he is. Do I think he should be Bond? No, because he talks like this. He's got a really odd pitched voice. He's a bit cockney. It's not really that good. He's got to bring it down a little bit. But he could work with a dialect coach, I guess. I think that's the one right there. I think that's beautiful. I love it. Seiko Shogun makes sense. It's ultra deep. Yeah, that too. It does look Seiko-ish. I agree. But we all love Seiko, right? We absolutely do, Yeah. Gallery. At Topster McDonkey. I will buy it if I like it in person. 42. Perfect for you, Gallery. That would look great on your wrist. Which one's your favorite, Gallery? Do you like the blue one or the orange one? Which one? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Black one on bracelet is the best. Okay, let's take a look at that. For Gallery. Let's really look at that. I mean, it's the most classic-y looking, right? Of course it is. Let me blow that up. Yeah. What do you think? Yes. Yeah, that looks classic. And guess what? No cupcakes to be found. Sorry, you know who. I mean, please, Omega, get rid of all the cupcakes that there are. I hate them. I hate the cupcake. I hate it. It's not manly. And it's also, listen, I don't have giant hands, but it's very, very hard to turn that. Have you ever turned one of them? It's just not easy. So I think that, yeah, you might be right. Black on black. Black on black. Great Lisa Del Bella song covered by Heart. Heart's version is wimpy because Lisa Del Bella is this kind of siren witch, provocateur. And then Heart just kind of made it like they said something like little choir boy, and it's terrible, terrible, terrible. But there you go. I love it. I love it. I think that one is great. Black on bracelet is best. It's too thick. Does look kind of like a Grand Seiko Tokyo Lion case. Actually, they slimmed it down, man. I buy the older version at a big discount. Yeah. Blue is indeed too Grand Seiko. Yes, that's what makes it look that way. Yeah, you can already get the old version for you. You certainly can. My next diver will be a Panerai submersible, or I kind of love the new Zin. Yeah, I got turned off to the Zin thing because that guy was trying to sell me one at that old job I worked at. The chef, they were training a chef, and he also worked for Zin. And I was like, "Why are you working for Zin?" Because they don't pay me. But he was like nonstop, and I was like, okay, I'm like, not really that guy. 42 millimeters, get a Seamaster. These look like posh Seikos. They're very nice, just not nice enough. Okay, that's what makes the world go round. I prefer the Planet Ocean orange with the steel orange insert orange strap, says Dino. The Dinky article has pictures of the. Okay, great. Let me see if I can pull that up. Thanks, Tobe. Righty then. Yeah, hold on. 1 second, please. I will pull that up. Thanks, Tobe. That's probably where I saw it. The clasp is great looking, I think. Is that it? That's it. Yes, it is. Okay, great. Great. Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. Sorry. Because I looked at it earlier. There it is. There they go. Looking. And that, doesn't that look like a watch case you might know very well? Very interesting. Yeah, you're right. The black's the best one. Definitely is. Look at that. Very nice. Yeah, it is very stealth bombery. Oh, that is a very pretty orange, though. Gotta say. Okay. All right. Where's the clasp? Oh, there it is. That looks nice. Oh, love that is. Yeah. That looks very Rolexy, though, doesn't it? Kinda. Like mine is off the end. Like I can, if it was a pull, you would do it that way, but obviously you never touch it. That's one of the things. And I've got tape on it, so don't make fun of me. And it's because I'm protecting it. That is sex on a stick. Let me get my mug off there. Isn't that amazing the way they did that? This is beautiful. It's once again polished outer links. And yeah, I have the coffee pod on the back because I don't want to goof up the back of it because it's so pretty. Listen, I'm going to take care of it the way I want to take care of it. But I think that clasp is very, very ultra sexy. Do you not agree? I think it is. Oh my God, AED. Look who's got. Oh, Gabari, thank you so much. 100 AED. Black one is like a sea dweller went to cheat with a Grand Seiko diver lady. After 6 months, the bastard is born. Yeah, it does look like that. But think about the design language, right? What are the design languages? Like the only people who are doing brands that leave the main design language is like, RM, Hublot, the original, it's Patek, it's Audemars Piguet, it's Omega, and it's Rolex. And then, Universal Geneva, of course, like all these great, that's the design language. Gerald Genta obviously changed the whole landscape of watch styling along the way. Even Timex. So there's not much. It's like music. People are borrowing ideas. Sometimes they're stealing from themselves. But, at the end of the day, there's a Seamaster, or there's a Submariner. There's the Speedmaster. The Daytona is just a Rolex Speedmaster, sort of automatic, whatever. Fight me, I don't care. And then there's everything. All the divers, are all subs. It's just a design language that people know, people like, people want, and you have to get as close to it without getting in trouble, I guess. There's so many brands out there that look like other brands. That's why everybody loves Seiko, because their versatility and because they're cool and they're affordable. Seiko, doesn't position itself to, like, oh, sorry, you can't have one of these. You can walk into any store and buy whatever Seiko you want, pretty much. Of course, not only. But Gallery 100 AED, thank you very, very much. Big bang, smash, bang, boom. Yeah, it's amazing. Where were we? I've only seen the clasp on the wrist rolls online. Yeah. I only knew that one picture, but thanks, Topes here. It took a lot of inspiration from the Milga, yeah, SHOM from the 70s. I agree, it did. Yeah, definitely did. Hiteshi says there's too many to decide. I can't choose which one I want. Forget it. I'm buying a Rolex. See that, and that happens. I don't think that doesn't happen with Omega's, bounty of choices. What is that term? Oh God, you guys are so smart. You'll remember it. Like a not wealth of riches, wealth of choice. It's abundance. Omega offers too many models. If I was the new Reynold Eichelman, I would go in there and I would cut 70% of the catalog. I'd cut 70% of it out. What Rolex does is the benchmark of even all the other brands have too much. Rolex, man, they've got a lot of variations, but it's just so succinct. And I just think that they should have done that. And they should have been doing that. They should know better than that. They really should. Too big. Okay, Mark and Brooklyn. Too big. Okay. The polished center links seem like scratch magnets. They probably are. They probably are. Too shiny, too polished. Right. You're thinking dive watch, right? Hey, look at Nick Brooker. What does he wear? None of these. He wears a real dive watch. And it's a shame because Omega and Rolex do make real dive watches, but most of those guys don't wear them. Most of them don't. Most of these watches will never, ever be submersed in water, ever. Service hydrographique et oceanographique de la marine. Beautiful. Polished center link is for dress watches, not dive watches. It's a tool watch. Agreed. That I agree. I like the blue bezel with the black face. Reminds me of the Tudor. Yeah, it does. A Tudor too. Yeah, Tudor too. Indeed, it's true. The main joke, Mark in Brooklyn says, surrounding dive watches, that most people who purchase a high-end 500-meter water-resistant type like a Rolex Submariner or a Blancpain will never go deeper than a swimming pool. It's 100% true. I can't believe we're all thinking the same thing. Listen, I had an MRI not long ago, and I wasn't wearing my Milgauss, but I could have. I could have worn this. I didn't have it yet. But you can wear any anti-magnetic watch. I mean, they probably would make you take it off. But most of these watches nowadays are positioned as luxury watches, whereas Seiko isn't. They're luxury watches for the most part. And look at it. Like I have this all taped up. Not, but I just don't want to hurt it because it's so pretty. I know, Andy M. I know. Andy M. left the cake out in the rain. Cupcake is an elegant point difference in wearing it on the right wrist, where the cupcake fades into normal, so to speak. All right. Yeah, I know. Interesting clasp corner bevel. Yeah, it is cool, man. A lot of angles on that. Like you said, it's a stealth. It's like a stealth fighter. Very unique, says Joel. I like it too. I like it. And I've been convinced by Gabriel. I think the black one's the best one. Definitely the size of the new Omega clasp has increased to the size of the Rolex sub. Agreed. That's what it looks like. I'm sure that's where they got their design language from. 100%. They had to, because it looks just like it, definitely does. I really like the ceramic dial and bezel insert on the prior. So I do too. Vincent's missing ear says, I like it, but have a sub no date. Well, then you're done, my friend. Because you know what? Even as an Omega fan, I will say that's the king of the dive watches. I mean, it's the quintessential dive watch, isn't it? It is. And a 5-digit sub date. Oh, you're all kitted out. Plus a 90s blue Seamaster. The one you want amongst others. Probably not right off the bat, but it still have too many divers to justify any. Agreed. Listen, you've got the kings of the dive world, so you don't need to even go try it on. You never know, guys. Like I say with fragrance all the time. I used to say all the time, especially on Watch Fashion, please. Listen, somebody can't recommend, oh my God, you're going to love this fragrance, because you're not. You have to, and I tell this to everybody. Like I told Ush when he was going around Venice trying to find a fragrance because he was never really into it. And he wants to get into it. I said, go smell a couple of things that you like and then take it and spray it on yourself and go about your day. And then you'll be able to say, hey, I think, or how many compliments did I get? Did anybody notice it? Go to a bar, see if, a lovely lady or whatever you're out looking for. Maybe somebody will say something nice to you or pay you a compliment. What is that fragrance? If that's your bag, if you like it, which is the most important thing, you should buy it. But like the same thing with a watch, you got to try it on or you'll never, ever, ever know. How many times I've thought, oh my God, I can't believe I loved that watch and I don't love it anymore. It's so weird. It happens. It's the same thing. But yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it. Vincent's missing here. You don't need it at all. Is the bezel loomed? I don't believe it is. How badly will it tank on the secondary market? Yeah, probably. Listen, Planet Ocean doesn't do very well in the secondary market. Obviously, difficult to tell what these new watches are like. They can look totally different in person, i.e. the color and how they wear. Right, you got to put it on. You got to put it on. There would be a proliferation of Planet Oceans. Can just buy a previous gen Planet, PP off the file off the cupcake, or just let Andy M wear it. Dean, totally agree. We need to see it in the metal in the end. Yeah, that's how you got to do it. An MRI typically operates between 5,000 and 30,000 Gauss, so even your milli would fail. Oh, I guess it would, right? Oh, is it that high? They're only really up to 15,000 Gauss, right? So I guess that would be true. That's crazy. Tracy Ferris says, so sorry to hear about Robert. Special man, sending love to you and the family. Thank you very much, Tracy Ferris. An MRI machine practically pulled an IWC off my wrist from across the room once. Wow. Yeah, so I think they're rated. I think the max out. Well, wait a second. Aren't Omegas kind of really amagnetic now? Aren't they? Aren't they really amagnetic? Or something close to that? Or is it really 15,000 and that's the tank out? There's something floating in my Coke. I finished my coffee. It's a cool glass, right? These are my JoJo glasses. But I saw something in there. I did, right? Is that in the bottom of the glass? What is that? I don't know. I'll drink it. I don't care. I'm too attached to my wrist to wear a ferromagnetic steel watch and a nuclear magnetic resonance imaging machine. I love that. A plethora of indecision. That's for sure. That's for sure. Anyway, I like them. Do I want one? No. Do you want one? Probably not, but maybe you do. You got to go to the store. You got to try it on like a fragrance or a shirt. That's why they have dressing rooms, man. Gallery of Bashtards.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime the Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with
the world. Let's get straight into Nick Brooker. Super cute Tilly shot. When I got home tonight. When I got home tonight, just like Ronnie said, be my little baby. Oh, 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 oh. She had the slowest vibrato. Oh, look at you, beautiful baby. It's a Tilly party. Hello, Tilly. You're a wondrous, beautiful creature. Thank you so much. We love Tilly. Tilly's in the calendar. She's in the calendar. For all the beautiful people that sent me the pictures, and some I had to chase down, some I couldn't get a hold of. I tried. But so Melly C, this is so special to me and so true. This is funny. This is not Eminem Madness, so that's why I didn't sing it. Yes, I am the crazy Snoopy lady. You are indeed, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Amazing. Sir Julian, Speedy Tuesday, the 18th of November, a collection from our resident artist. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Julian. Wow, that's cool. Let's blow that up. Let me pull this, make this bigger. If I make this window bigger, you get more stuff. How much more stuff do you get, though? That's good. That's better, right? Wow, that is cool. Cooler than cool. Oh. That looks cold and stark. Looks like a miserable day. Looks like pissy rain. Oh, and you're hiding in the portico. It's very interesting about barber poles. Did you know that the red stripe, the blue was for barbering? Is that the word? Is that the right word? Is that the right verb? And the red was meant for blood because they used to take blood or do blood tests. Or Jojo, what did they do? What did the barbers do back in the olden days? Not that you were there, but you would know because you're a doctor. Say un dottore. Beautiful, Julian. Look at this, a modern car. How weird is it to see a modern car? I believe is that a Volvo? Volvo like taillights. It's very, very odd to see because usually his they were the surgeon. Yeek. Let's put some bleaches on there. Julian's his pictures usually can't tell when it is, time wise. Bloodletting and minor surgery. Yay. I'd like a little off the back and my spleen, please. Thank you. Oh, that's great. Look at that. Oh, that's painted on steel. Aren't artists incredible that they can create life when there is none? It's amazing. Oh, some graffiti. Look at that. Julian, astonishing. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. So listen closely. Not for very much longer. I can't believe I don't hate Time Warp anymore. It used to be so played out, that song. This is cool. Do you know what Paul and I talk about all the time is like, when did Europe become resin chair crazy? Now, every time you see pictures of a place in Italy, there's like those, plastic resin chairs, which I hate because they're just garbage. And it just ruins the aesthetic of an outdoor setting. I just hate them. This is beautiful. And that's what they should all look like. I remember back when you were in Italy, especially in Italy, they're everywhere. You never saw them before. Now, this looks like it's at a winery. But look at that. Does that have ashtrays on the table? It does. Wow. Where are you, Latvia? And those are like stills of some kind. Is that like whiskey or beer? What is it? Oh, that is astonishing. To be a dentist. Hey, roar of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Hey, roar of the tiger. Bloodletting. You can thank China for the resin chair. There's nothing worse, Joe, in the world. You see a really cute restaurant, then I've not gone to like quaint little places because they have resin chairs. You know how when you sit in them, you can bend them. They're just horrible because they cost nothing to make. And people buy them in droves. And if somebody steals them or breaks them, you don't get. I don't even know if you could break a resin chair. But I'll never forget, for one season at El Rio Grande, where I worked, we had these beautiful chairs, and then they got rid of them. And they brought in resin chairs, and they lasted about 3 months before they got rid of them and brought a beautiful set of chairs out. Because it's a restaurant. You can't have resin chairs. It's like, for a white trash patio, We as the hot dogs. Who's got the Schlitz? Let me get 3 PBRs and a dog with ketchup. Because who puts ketchup on a hot dog? I don't know. I mean, I don't eat hot dogs, but I eat veggie dogs. In New York City, dogs, DAWGS. In New York, we put mustard and sauerkraut. Ketchup is not a New York thing for a hot dog. That's beautiful. Oh, look at this. Reminds me of what? Dodger Stadium. This is the this is also the New York World's Fair. It's a very mid-century modern design, and it's one of my favorites. That's why I love Dodger Stadium, which is landmark, and I'm glad because that era of stadiums in America, pretty much they were all knocked down, like, Shea Stadium, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's very mid-century modern, and it's probably my favorite form of modern architecture. Oh, look at this. Wow. And look, you have the old gas tanks. We don't have them anymore. They got rid of them all. You can break a resin chair, says Dean. I've broken plenty. They're garbage. They're just and they just look so tacky. Especially if somebody's trying to make a cute looking place. Now, for example, we went to Mexico and we stayed in a very nice hotel. But when we went into the city, everything was resin tables, resin, everything. It was, but it's also, there's dirt on the floor, but they have the best tacos you ever had in your entire life. Yeah, Emmett and I were in it for the Dos Equis. Man, beer in Mexico, so good. Beautiful. Incredible. Our very own Julian. Thank you, Sir Julian. Magnificent as always. And look at that. I love that. But that one's missing the blue one. So this place is surgery and bloodletting only, I'm assuming, right? And perhaps leeches. Julian, everyone, thank you very much, kind sir. Because there's no blue part of that pole, right? Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness. Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's Mindy and the fire. She's obsessed with that fire, isn't she? Good for her. Oh, look how pretty you are, lady. We've been watching all those cheetah videos now that I found out the cheetahs have never attacked people and they're very, very cuddly and they purr and they do all those things. I'm like, I want a cheetah. But you need a lot of property. You need a big farm. I mean, you can't have a cheetah as a house pet. Can't do it. Beautiful Mindy. To a New Yorker like you, a hero is some kind of sandwich, movie quote. I don't know what movie's from, but yes, a submarine sandwich in New York is called a hero. When you go to New Jersey later, when you get towards Pennsylvania, I think they call it a hoagie. And then up in Connecticut, it's called a slider. But now sliders are really those mini hamburgers that White Castle made. So I don't know what they're talking about. There's a lot. Submarine sandwich, like Subway is submarine sandwiches. Subway is the worst place ever. Have you ever been to Subway? It's the biggest chain in the world. It's bigger than Starbucks. It's bigger than McDonald's. And I don't know how it works for the carnivorous folks out there, but you go there and get a roast beef sandwich or ham sandwich or whatever it is. But I was there many, many moons ago, tried it. We used to have a place in New York called, ready for this, JoJo? Blimpie. Blimpie was way better. So I always say, can I just have a cheese sandwich with lettuce, tomato, onion, oil and vinegar, whatever, salt, pepper. And they would take, literally, do I have a piece of paper on my desk? I do. So that they'll cut a piece of cheese, and then they'll cut it into a triangle. And that's considered a slice of cheese. They would put 3 of those on the sandwich and then just load it up with lettuce. It was absolute garbage. Subway. No. I'll go home and make a sandwich. I loved Blimpie. So did me. Oh my God. Po' boy. But that's Southern, right? Po' boy. I love Blimpie. Blimpie was the best, Joe. The best. The best. I can't quote Seinfeld anymore because he's such a cunt. Oh, look at beautiful Mindy. Oh, that fire looks like, oh, wow. Look at this photography. Wow. That is amazing. Wowza, wowza, wowza. I know Carolyn is dealing with family things, so she's not around. But anyway, I'm going to save this. I'm going to send this to you. Let me pull it off and put it on my desktop so I can email. As a matter of fact, let me email that to her right on the show. I'm not going to do it live so you can see where she is, but I'm going to send it to her right now. There you go. Send anyway. Sent. Because she will love that picture. Minty. So is she going to go to sleep in front of there? I mean, you can't put a donut there; it could catch on fire. So you got to be very careful about it. Even if you have a screen, you got to be very careful about fire. I grew up with a fireplace. I would love to have one again, but whatever. I'll choose. I'll choose an apartment in Italy with that doesn't have a fireplace. Oh, hi Mint. Beautiful shots. Look at her delicate little opera gloves. So pretty. Actually, they're like mint. Oh, what a great one. What I'm curious as to like the photography here, which is cute and fine, but this is amazing. That's a painting. Really a painting. Wow. Oh, these are amazing. Either that. Wow. Look at that. Is that crazy? Wow. Oh, a banner. Sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andy M. Thank you. I'm very bad with that. The banners. You know what? I'll get rid of that too, because that's a stupid thing I have in here. Let me get rid of that thing. The new is it gone? Yeah, there you go. I'll get rid of that Thanksgiving thing because it just put it on there. I didn't do that. I was like, all right, they want me to promote Thanksgiving. Don't eat turkeys. Pardon them. By the way, I will say the following. I have some people in my family who are extremely on the opposite end of any kind of political opinions I have. And you know what? We talked about it, joked about it, laughed about it, moved on, and didn't make a big skirmish about it because you can reach across the aisle, my friends, have a giggle about all the stuff, you know? And it was great. Look at that. Amazing. Wow. Look at these shots. Are sick. Wowza. Kazowza. Bowza. Wow. These were taken on a Samsung phone. Holy shit. By the way, Tim Cook is probably stepping down from Apple. Good. Tim Cook ruined that company as far as I'm concerned. Listen, I like my Mac Mini. But like the phones are so behind all the other tech, the Google phone, the Samsung phones. It's just like what the hell is wrong with them? There's nothing wrong with the design language. It's beautiful. But like, how long did it take for them to get their camera act together? And still, they're like Sony with those Carl Zeiss lenses. They're amazing. Carolyn is gonna melt. She's gonna melt. It's so cute. What a sensational M&M madness today. Oh, honey pie. They're so cute. These Samsung phones, it's insane. Look at this. Let's go back to the resolution of that thing. That's insane. I can't do that with an iPhone. I mean, you guys can take pictures of the moon too. Har, har, hardy, har, har. Eminem madness, Eminem madness, Malk and Mindy madness, Malk and Mindy madness, Eminem madness, yeah. Malk and Mindy madness, everybody. That was maybe the best Malk and Mindy madness ever of all time. Can I just say that? I think it was. Joe LaFaro, Joe LaFaro. Oh, wowza. Look at him with his Sky Dweller. And geez, can you believe Joe finally dressed up for a photograph? Can you imagine? Look at the herringbone. Oh man, that cuff is where it's at, brother. And that's that jacket you have that I love. The Sky Dweller's nice too. Very, very light. I think the Sky Dweller is one of the most beautiful watches ever made, and the most complicated Rolex ever. Right? Is it still the most complicated? I think it is. Is there anything I'm missing? Macro madness. That was very smart of you. Very funny. Roy the Tiger says, I once worked on 46th Street between 6th and 5th Avenues, Little Brazil. Yeah. And used to go visit Blimpie often. More often than not, Bob Guccione would be there as well. Damn those gold chains. Oh, God. He was such a Hefner wannabe. For those not in the know, Bob Guccione was the guy that started Penthouse magazine, which was just a slightly smuttier version of, much sluttier version than Playboy, which was a pictorial of beautiful women, no compromising situations, just, that, and great articles, science, I mean, they interviewed everybody. The Playboy interview was one of the most celebrated interviews of all time, and Penthouse was just kind of smutty. But yeah, JoJo. Woof. Here's another one for you guys. Since you're talking about that Roar of the Tiger, do you remember Dosanko, which was on that same street, I believe? Dosanko was a Japanese noodle soup restaurant, and they were all over the city in many different boroughs, and they had this butter broth soup. Oh my God, you could choose your noodles, because there wasn't a whole lot of, I mean, there was Japanese, but there wasn't much, like New York's always had tons and tons and tons of Chinese food. Japanese food was a little bit more exotic, but man, oh man, oh man. Dosanko. Oh, it was an amazing place. JoJo, what can I say? You're one class act. That is beautiful. Beautiful colors, too. Incredible. Incredible. Martin Brown, hope things are well. Here's some pictures to cheer you up, and they certainly did. Thank you so much. Look at this beautiful beast. Look at him. I love my calendar cat. I love my calendar cat. Look how gigantic he is. Look at him. He's so, oh my God. This is the first time we've ever seen him not on top of the printer. Amazing. Bronson. Oh, Mighty Oats. Positive energy for you and your planet. Look at that creamy, super fast oats. I never saw that brand before. I make oatmeal every day for Rose. She likes, it's probably shite. I don't eat oatmeal yet, but I get McCann's, the steel cut kind. I'm sure it's probably bad for the planet. Mighty Oats, though. Look at that. And look at him. Does he like oats? He's looking for the oats. How cute is that? By the way, we're talking about cabinets. We don't even have that apartment yet. We're already talking about what color cabinets. And I think, like, we're talking about like this or the one that's like blue. That's blue, dark, deep blue gray. I do like a dark cabinet. I don't like light cabinets, and I don't like wood cabinets. I just don't. But look at that. Look at this beautiful Bronson. Thank you, man. Those are incredible. Thanks. Thanks, Martin. You did, and it totally did cheer me up, and I'm grateful for that. Mr. Bell, inshore commercial diving, living the dream. Wait till you see this rugged bastard rich shot. This is from like a Sports Illustrated pictorial. His Majesty, says Joe LaFaro, yeah. Look at that. Well, look at that shot. Talking about a Seiko diver, man. How about that? Is that what we're talking about when we're talking about Seiko divers? And look at that. It looks great on his gigantic paws. Incredible. What a great shot, man. That's a Seiko ad if I ever saw one. I mean, man, that's a beautiful shot. Incredible. Fantastic. Thanks, buddy. Thank you for that. You know what? So James McCrory and I have been corresponding about some stuff. Everybody say a little shout out to James. He's a very sweet guy. He's a relative of a good friend of mine, and somehow he found the show. And he's a little on the infirm side. He's had some setbacks in the last couple of years, and he's a terrific fella. And let's all wish him well, because he's a sweet guy. James McCrory. He sent me this image. And I did not know about this. Do you guys know about this hobo code? Listen, hobo is, I guess, not a word you can use anymore, when you're riding the rails or whatever it is. But apparently they have a code for other people in their situation. This way, good road to follow. Okay, all right, a good place for hangout. Nothing here, doubtful, no use. But he said, go down the fourth one, second over. And look at this. Can I blow this up? I need to blow this up all the way. It's as far as I can go. Anyway, it says, kind lady lives here. And it's a little picture of a cat. Because kind people take care of the stray kitties, right? Dishonest person lives here. Easy mark sucker. Oh, I don't like that. Barking dog. I never knew about this. You guys know free phone, trolley stop. A beating awaits you here. Look at that. It's like an anvil. 3-year thieves. Oh my God. Look at that. A man with a gun lives here. Holy, I didn't know. Anybody know about this? Anybody know about this? It's unbelievable. Were you actually covered in shit? Anyway, James McCrory, thank you so much. Everybody, a little shout out for James, because he's going through a thing right now, and we don't like that on the iBashers show. We want everybody to feel better, you know. We want everybody to feel well. Did I show these? You know, sometimes I have to look at the date. This is our beautiful Jackie in Italy, and these are her. Look at this. Look at this view. Can you believe that? Yeah, that's what happens when you move to Italy, my friends. You see that. You want to look out. I don't care about seeing the Chrysler building anymore, especially what they're not doing with it, which is nothing. And look at that. That's. I will say something. That's a calendar shot if I ever saw one. Incredible though. Look at this. Look at this guy. Is that the life? Are you living the life? You're living the life. You deserve it, Jackie, man. Ladies of the Bash. Thank you, ladies of the Bash. We love you. Amazing. Burglars have graffiti code, says Andy M. I did not know that, man. I did not know that. Anyway. Oh, I got one from Speedy Tuesday pics from Kevin Weber. Hey, whoa, nice. Got some new entries in the Gallery of Bashtards. Woof. That is an attractive piece, right? Look at that. The Glycine Airman. That is a very attractive watch, I must say. Straight lugs. Does that thing loom like a MFer, man? I think it must, right? Great. You have a big wrist too. What size is that watch? Don't say that's 42. If that's 42, you need to be wearing like giant Panerais. Ah, very nice. Mark II. Look at that. Gray dial, huh? Beautiful. So now I know what size it is. So there you go. Amazing. You have a great wrist. Yeah, some wrists there. Classic Airman. I know. It's right. It's a beautiful watch. Amazing shots. Thanks so much for those. Yeah, I love the Airman. Always did. Love that watch. Beautiful stuff. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Mr. Weber. Andrew, Senor came out of his nest. Oh. Was he sleeping? Was he having a little sleep? Oh, look at Senor. You're so beautiful. Hello, baby. You're a beauty. Absolute beauty. Let's pull it down. Can I pull it down? Let me pull it out. There you go. Oh, I have to do this in order for that to happen. Okay, now I get it. Why won't it show the whole thing? Cuts the top off. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Senor, we love you. Thanks, buddy. I got to get out of here. Boom. Thanks, Andrew. Andrew. And back in the nest. Oh, and hiding from everyone. Isn't that adorable? That's why we love them. That is why we love them. Andrew Wolkovich on the iBashers Network. That's it. Thanks, guys, so much. That, my friends, is the Gallery of Bashtards.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime views of words. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with
the world. Let's see where I left off. Lovely Rolly and shirt, Joe. Nice, Joe. Apart from the lawn. He's the master gardener. He would know. Mic drop. Boom. Outstanding, Joe. That is a mic. That is a mic drop watch for sure. And that herringbone cuff. Very, very classy, Joe. Classy. Thanks, Melly and Dean. Great Rolex, Joe. Unbelievable. Bronson is so cute. Bronson is king. His Majesty. Outstanding tuna, says Andy M. Hey, James, hope you feel better. Thanks, buddy. James, best wishes for better days. Yeah, he's been had a rough. He gave me the whole story, man. And I'm not going to divulge any of that to you guys because that's not fair. But I will say a tremendous disservice has been done to him. And it was triggered by the Empathy show on Sunday. Because he was just like, doesn't anybody have it anymore? And that is so upsetting to me. So upsetting. There are people out there, beautiful people, and you're one of them, Jameson. Thank you very, very much. Get well soon, James. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've seen the hobo code before. I never saw it, Joe. Never saw it. Melly C. Get well, James. Thank you. Burglars do have graffiti codes in the UK. Wow. I thank you. That's fine. I got them. No problem. No problem. Italy looks lovely. You think so? It looks amazing. Joe loves that classic airman. Senior and poo diving, says Eric B. Oh, is that right? Sewage pipe repair. You are a better man than all of us. Airman is a 1956 36 millimeter loom, barely glows anymore. But it's beautiful, though. It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, though. Amazing. And Eric B says, great Vietnam era pilots watch. Absolutely, 100%. $1,000,000%. Guys, that's the show. Thank you so much. Speedy Tuesday. We looked at all your beautiful pictures. We talked about all the watch. We talked about the planet oceans. Great stuff, but it was just so fun to spend some time with you. And Sharon comes in with $6.99. Big hug to you, and big hearts to Sharon and all the ladies of the bash. All 6 or 7 of you. I'm gonna give you my favorite one for the ladies. That's a namaste moment, guys. So much. So thanks so much for a great show. I'll see you guys tomorrow for When We Were Wednesdays. If you want to send some pictures of you as when you were a kitten or a puppy, or your kitten or your puppy, either way. Thanks so much, guys, for everything you do for me and for all the other bashers. I'm grateful for it all. You know I am. It's an amazing world we live in. So remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you meet somebody who's not so nice, give them 5 minutes. Let them get the rope out. Let them hang themselves. Because if they don't, you might find they're the most beautiful person in the world. You might fall in love with them. You might want to be their best friend. And if they do decide to hang themselves, then you know that wasn't worth my time because they're a cunt.